Howdy folks, Bluesboyjag here with yet another 4-string cigar box guitar lesson by request. It's the Allman Brothers and Midnight Rider. This is a really easy song, well, pretty much, except for one thing, which I'll get to in just a second here. So, 4-string cigar box guitar, and I've got the capo on the 3rd fret. So that brings us up to an A sharp. So the 4th string is A sharp, and the 3rd string is a F. 2nd string is another A sharp, and your 1st string is a D. Now, the reason I said it's easy, but sort of not easy, is because cramping your fingers, because it's a bar chord all the way through. So here's the trick on this one. I'm going to be barring on the 2nd fret with my 1st finger, using my thumb behind the neck, and I'm going to hammer from my 1st finger all the way across to my 3rd finger, 2 frets up, all the way across as well. So I'm going to bar 1st finger, then I'm going to hammer and bar that 3rd finger. Now I put a couple clicks in there. I make it a little bit funky. That's just how I do it. So real slow. So you hear that little chicka chicka. That's just my little thing. I like to do that. So we're going to be hammering from the 1st finger to the 3rd finger, 2 frets above. I'll start out real slow here. If you look close, that 2nd finger, the flip-off finger, is in midair, and I'm hammering from the 1st finger to the 3rd finger. Sometimes, if you don't have a lot of experience hammering to your 3rd finger, it's a little tricky on a cigar box guitar, but that hammer is really super, did I say super? Super quadruple, super. It's really important. Very common. So we're barring all the way across because this is a chord right here, A sharp, and those are the 3 chords for the entire song. So you're only going to be barring 2 chords, 1st finger and 3rd finger. Now, I'm making it funky, like I said, but you don't have to. If you want to make it funky, here's what I'm doing. Real slow. And that little chicka is me lifting my fingers off the fretboard, but still on the strings. That's just how I do it. Now you can do it like this if you want. Which is, I guess, sort of closer to the original recording, but what's going to happen, more than likely, is your muscles are going to get really tired really quick. So that's why I do that chicka chicka, that funky thing. Again, you don't have to. You can do it like that, or you can do it like this. And people are saying, other than the sound, why would I want to do that? Because it relaxes those muscles for a split second, and that allows you to play this forever without it hurting. At least for me, anyway. So the little chicka right there releases the pressure just enough to keep your muscles from getting really painful. So real slow. Again, I'm only using my 1st finger and my 3rd finger. Probably seeing my pinky fly all over the place, but just ignore that. Now the next part is super easy. You're going to go down to 0, no fingers at all. And you still have to make it funky, so you're still kind of doing that same strum pattern. So you're just walking up from 0 to 2 to 4. Whoops. I'm making it kind of funky, that's just how I do it. Now the next part is simply barring across on the 2nd fret and then playing no fingers at all, open. So those 2 strings, those 2 chords. Then you go back to the main riff. Believe it or not, that's the entire song. Keep it real mellow and practice using these fingers, stretching, so you're hammering and you have your first finger down. Sometimes if you haven't done this, if you are a beginner, or maybe you just haven't done this a whole lot, you can see my 2nd finger, my flip-off finger, is not pressing anything down, but I'm hammering that first finger all the way across, and you really have to press down hard, like real hard. And your 3rd finger, you have to press down real hard as well. So you will feel probably some muscle tension right here in between those 2 fingers, but over time that'll go away. And again, all that clicking stuff gives you just enough, I guess you would say, pause from pressing down to loosen up your muscles just for a split second or 2 there, to keep your muscles from hurting. So that's why I do all that funky stuff. Plus, I just like how it sounds. Now, you might see my hand doing a whole bunch of this kind of stuff. That's because my first finger is pressing down, and I have to put my elbow out there, and you will too, it's just a human thing, to press down real hard, because my thumb's right behind there. And then when I go up here, you can kind of see my elbow shoots way up, and when I'm playing this chord, my elbow's down here. Well, that's because I'm pivoting from that 1st finger bar to my 3rd finger bar. So it might look a little weird with my wing kind of flapping over here. And I do put a lot of those clicks in there. And you can kind of get crazy with that if you want, or not, either way. Believe it or not, that's the whole thing. Thanks for watching, and keep those requests coming. I'm having a blast learning all these songs. I've learned a bunch of these back in the day on the 6-string, but it sure is fun to convert them to the 4 or 3-string. So check out my website, jagshouse.com. Cigar box guitars for 20 years, and we'll see you next time.